on brain bisping. I was just thinking about it and I was like, I haven't been doing much with arts recently, but like COVID's been going on like 2 years now. If I remember correctly, I spent a lot of the early pandemic on Spotify. Like I was making
Yeah.
playlists like too much for every, I was trying to do this thing where I would make playlists for every single mood and atmosphere. Like, so I was like, okay, if I'm driving on a summer night with the windows down, like out in the country, this is the music I would listen to. And I made a lot of those playlists. This one at the beginning, Quarantine Schmorantine. I think We're Alone Now by Tommy James and the Shondells. That's a good one. Motivation to get out of a rut. So it's not just motivation, it's when you're motivated and ill motivated, but you need man, my computer is really struggling. Okay, here we go. Let's find one. Okay, so this one was one I made. Yeah, so this or one. See, a lot of these they got a lot more activity once COVID hit. Like there was like a few songs on it, and then I added like all these were COVID songs. So
Yeah.
these are all songs that you would dance to on a Saturday night, only on a Saturday night. So it's like it's like a song that is just really danceable. Got Sunday evening playlist. So Sunday evening is kind of relaxed and cool and smooth. We have Welcome to Miami. That's a collaboration with Jess. Car Chase, a song that you would be in a car chase to.
Like why do you think making playlists is something that you like to do?
Like music has always been like an outlet for me, but like I start making playlists for like specific scenarios out in the real world. Like right when the world shuts down, I'm like, okay, this is what I would do if I was if I was outside on a bright sunny day. That's what I would do. Downtown Morton. This is one if you're walking on downtown Morton.
Nobody else but us would know that downtown Motown is referring to Morton instead of like Detroit.
I think towards like the middle of the pandemic, I started to get just like really negative about all of it. I didn't like all the prospects. I just didn't like how it was going, and I felt really down about it. I can still control myself, and I can still, what's the word I'm looking for? Because it was a new way, there was all these precautions, all these things, a lot of things were shut down. There wasn't many activities. So I felt like I was completely prohibited from doing anything, but there was still lots of, like, I just had to think outside the box in terms of how to have fun and how to still socialize and all that kind of stuff. Like, I felt like there was almost like a sadness. Everyone was very sad. Everyone was like, oh, I've been locked. Like everyone was just sad from it. And I was really feeling that. I'm just like, all right, like this is just the way it is. And like, all I can do is make the best out of it.
I noticed that a lot of your playlists have like a happy vibe to them. So I can and like getting yourself out of a rut. Like I feel like maybe that was incorporated too.
That one was I've definitely used that one actually, where I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's been very helpful for me.
Yeah, my name is Chris Rajkumar. I work for Caterpillar. I'm an engineer. I used to paint and sketch and draw. I was younger and a few years ago, but then I had completely stopped doing any of that. But then when COVID happened and lockdown happened, I kind of reconnected back to taking up that hobby, and I did quite a few pieces. I really enjoyed doing it because I had so much time, couldn't really go out anywhere. Everything else was closed, couldn't go to restaurants, couldn't go to the gym. So this was really good way for me to use my spare time as well as get some kind of a positive distraction in my mind.
What inspired you to paint what you ended up painting?
I just tried to improve my skill set. I always painted landscapes, right? Because it was easy for me. You could put a tree here, tree there, tall tree, short tree, doesn't matter. But during the lockdown, I tried to paint a little bit more portrait work, and it was very enjoyable.
Can you show us a few of your works?
Sure. I want to show you some pieces, and then I'll show you a self-portrait I did. And let's start with this. I like this. This is one of the pieces I did. This is a nice pasture piece. This is a piece I did. This is a friend of mine who's a U.S. Marine who served in Kuwait. This is a photograph that they had taken there, and I did a painting based on his photograph. Picture of our two puppies, this Teddy and Charlie. I love. I did a few more of these, but this was watercolor. I did a portrait of my cousin, who was about 5 years younger than I am. Lord Shiva in his dance, Good Friday, right? Jesus Christ. Really enjoy doing this, like a bunch of kids playing rain pottery. And I've done this when I was a little kid that age. I've done that on the streets in India. This was very close to my heart when I did this. Enjoyed this. Shiva. All right, and that's probably my favorite portrait I did. This is of a cannibal tribesman from Papua New Guinea. There's a picture I saw in National Smithsonian, I think, and tried to paint that.
So how do you think, specifically for you, painting was helpful for you during the pandemic? And why do you think the arts were important to engage with for anybody during the pandemic time?
I think personally, it was, it took me to a place where you could truly get away. Everything was shut down. You couldn't travel. You couldn't go on vacation. You couldn't go see your friends. Everything was shut down, right? If you wanted to get away, the only way to do that was through some kind of a art form. Truly, when you paint, it truly, like, you're not in reality. You're completely out of reality. You're just focused on what you're doing. I've actually measured my blood pressure after you paint, or during when you're painting your measure your blood pressure. It is way low. Of course. All right, take care. Bye-bye.